Good evening and welcome. Tonight we are going to be randomly flipping through this book about UNESCO World Heritage Sites. This is going to be just a little quick one because I've been away from YouTube for a while and I'm just getting my feet wet, getting back in the saddle. I've been, to put it bluntly, I've been unwell. Nothing serious, just my typical chronic health issues. So, I've been taking a break. I had a birthday. I'm a year older. So it was a much deserved break, and I am so ready to get back to making videos. I miss it a lot. So we're just going to flip through this book and just read a couple pages for a few minutes and hopefully relax you and maybe you'll learn something too. So let's just dive right in. Let's see what we got. Ooh, let's start off with this one. The city of Cusco in Peru. You can see where it's located. And there's a really cool picture down here. It says, set in a fertile valley high in the Peruvian Andes, Cusco was the historic capital of the Incas, the largest civilization in the Americas before the arrival of Europeans. The city developed under its ruler, Pachacutec, into a complex urban center with distinct religious and administrative functions. Its surrounding area had separate zones for agricultural, artisanal, and industrial production. Its 16th century Spanish conquerors preserved its structure while building over its political and religious monuments. Cusco is today an amalgam of Inca capital and colonial city. Of the first, it preserves impressive vestiges, especially its plan, walls of meticulously cut granite or andesite. I don't know what that is. Andesite must be relating to the Andes. Rectilinear streets within the walls and the ruins of the Sun Temple. Of the colonial city, there remain the whitewashed squat houses, the palace and churches with their marvelous fusion of Spanish Baroque and Inca influences. Let's find another. I'm excited. Next month we're going to get to Peru in my country series. Whoa, it's Victoria Falls. I mentioned this in my Zimbabwe video because it's like the coolest waterfall. So, Mosi-oa-Tunya or Victoria Falls in Zambia and Zimbabwe. This will be a good one. The Victoria Falls are among the most spectacular waterfalls in the world. The Zambezi River, which is more than 2 kilometers wide at this point, plunges noisily down a series of basalt gorges and raises an iridescent mist that can be seen more than 20 kilometers away. That's where it's located on the map. The falls and associated gorges are an outstanding example of river capture, and the erosive forces of the water still continue to sculpture the hard basalts. The complex of conservation areas in Zimbabwe covers over 18,500 square kilometers, excluding forest reserves. The Mosi-oa-Tunya Victoria Falls National Park, Abutsambwa Forest Reserve in Zambia. Okay, the falls are the most significant feature of the park, and when the Zambezi is in full flood, usually February or March, they form the largest curtain of falling water in the world. During these months, over 500 million liters of water per minute go over the falls, which are 1,708 meters wide, and drop 99 meters at Rainbow Falls in Zambia. At low water in November, flow can be reduced to around 10 million liters per minute, and the river is divided into a series of braided channels that descend into many separate falls. The predominant vegetation is mopane forest, with small areas of teak and miombo woodland and a narrow band of riverine forest along the Zambezi. The riverine rainforest within the waterfall splash zone is of particular interest. a fragile ecosystem of discontinuous forest on sandy alluvium, dependent upon maintenance of abundant water and high humidity resulting from the spray plume. There are many tree species within the forest and also some herbaceous species. Several herds of elephant live in Zambezi National Park, occasionally crossing to the islands and Zambian mainland during the dry season when water levels are low. Small herds of buffalo and wildebeest, as well as zebra, warthog, giraffe, bush pig, and hippopotamus are frequently found above the falls. Bush pig. Is that a good ASMR word? Bush pig, bush pig, bush pig, bush pig. Maybe. Vervet monkey and chachma baboon are common. Lion and leopard are occasionally seen. Taita falcon breed in the gorges, as do black stork, black eagle, peregrine falcon, and auger buzzard. Victoria Falls forms a geographical barrier between the distinct fish faunas of the upper and middle Zambezi River. 39 species of fish have been recorded from the waters below the falls. Very cool. Let's find another. What is this? Oh, it's lanterns. Okay. Let's see. We have the Sokkaram Grotto and Bulguksa Temple in the Republic of Korea, right there. Let's see if I can turn this so I can see this corner. Let's see, it says, established in the 8th century on the slopes of Mount Toham, the Sokkaram Grotto consists of an antechamber, a corridor, and a main rotunda. It is built from granite and features 39 Buddhist engravings on the main wall and the principal sculpture of the Buddha in the center. The monumental statue is posed in the, my goodness, Bhumis Parsha Mudra position. I don't know that position. The gesture with which the historical Buddha summoned the earth as witness to his realization of enlightenment. I should look that up. With the surrounding portrayals of gods, bodhisattvas, and disciples, all realistically and delicately sculpted in high and low relief, it is considered a masterpiece of Buddhist art in the Far East. The Temple of Bulguksa, built in 774, and the Sokkaram Grotto form a religious architectural complex of exceptional significance. I wish there was a better picture. I want to see all the statues and stuff. I'm stuck to the book. There we go. I want to see this because not the next country that I'm doing. I'll do that video tomorrow for you, but the one after is going to be Slovakia. So I want to see what this is. The caves of the Agtalik Karst and Slovak Karst. There's a lot of talk of karst stone in this region of Europe. And I mean, it is really cool because it's very soft stone, so water makes these cool formations and stuff on it. But let's see what's so special about this karst. It says the variety of formations and the fact that they are concentrated in a restricted area means that the 712 caves currently identified make up a typical temperate zone karstic system. Because they display an extremely rare combination of tropical and glacial climatic effects, they make it possible to study geological history over tens of millions of years. That is very cool. What's in the borders here? These caves are remarkable for having the world's highest stalagmite and an ice-filled abyss, which, considering the territory's height above sea level, is a unique phenomenon for Central Europe. I never noticed these little side things. What does this one say? The main Sakyamuni Buddha figure is 3.45 meters high and set on a lotus flower-shaped pedestal. The hair is tightly curled and there is a distinct usnisa, the protuberance on the top of the head, symbolizing supreme wisdom. Gotcha. Beneath the broad forehead, the eyebrows are shaped like crescent moons, and the half-closed eyes gaze toward the Sea of Japan, or the East Sea. Interesting. Let's see what we got over here. Whoa. Oh, it's Schönbrunn in Austria. really magnificent castle, isn't it? That's where it is in Austria. Let's read about it. It says, Schönbrunn is a remarkable example of a Baroque royal palace that vividly illustrates the tastes, interests, and aspirations of successive Habsburg monarchs. Apart from some minor 19th century additions, the palace and its gardens were built in the 18th century. Schönbrunn was designed by the architects Johann Bernhard Fischer von Erlach and Nikolaus Pacassi and is full of outstanding examples of decorative art. The vast Baroque gardens and their buildings testify to the imperial dimensions and functions of the palace. The courtyard provides access to the palace chapel and the palace theater. The orangery on the east side of the main palace building was used by the Empress Maria Theresa to cultivate exotic plants, and the Schönbrunn Zoo, founded in 1752 by her husband, is the oldest in the world. Wow. Okay, so let's see, we've done South America, Europe, Asia, and Africa. So let's try to find Australia or North America. Perfect. That was easy. The Canadian Rocky Mountain Parks of Canada. Look at this snowpack. Wow. Oh, look at this lake. Look at that reflection. That's so beautiful. Let's read about it. The Canadian Rocky Mountain Parks. Studded with mountain peaks, glaciers, lakes, waterfalls, canyons, and limestone caves, the Canadian Rocky Mountain Parks form a spectacular mountain landscape. The Burgess Shale fossil site, well known for its fossil remains of soft-bodied marine animals, is also found there. The Canadian Rocky Mountain Parks comprise 7 parks in total: the contiguous national parks of Banff, Jasper, Kootenay, and Yoho, and the Mount Robson, Mount Assiniboine, and Hamber provincial parks. The Canadian Rocky Mountains are oriented in a southeastern to northwestern direction along the Continental Divide, which separates the orientation of rivers that flow to the east and to the west. It consists of the Western Ranges, the Main Ranges, the Front Ranges, and the foothills, all of which are represented within the parks. Active glaciers and ice fields still exist throughout the region, particularly in the Main Ranges. The most significant is the Columbia Ice Field, the largest in North America's subarctic interior. I wonder if it's that. The Rockies have been divided into 3 life zones or ecoregions: montane, subalpine, and alpine. Montane vegetation occurs in major valley bottoms and on the foothills and lower sun-exposed mountain slopes, especially in the forest ranges. Montane wetlands and meadows occupy areas by major rivers. Forest is generally found between 1,200 meters and 1,800 meters, and typical species include Douglas fir, white spruce, aspen, and poplar. The subalpine ecoregion occupies mountainsides between 1,800 meters and 2,100 meters, and valley bottoms of high elevations, and is the most extensive ecoregion in the Rockies. Okay. The alpine ecoregion occurs above the timberline and is characterized by diminutive and hardy vegetation, such as low-growing willow and dwarf birch, heath, and sedge. 56 mammal species have been recorded. Characteristic species of alpine meadows include Rocky Mountain goat, bighorn sheep, northern pika, and hoary marmot. Forest mammals include moose, mule deer, white-tailed deer, caribou, elk, and red squirrel, while carnivores include gray wolf, grizzly bear, black bear, wolverine, lynx, and cougar. Some 280 bird species have been noted, including northern three-toed woodpecker, white-tailed ptarmigan, gray jay, mountain bluebird, Clark's nutcracker, golden eagle, mountain chickadee, and rock pipit. Other recorded fauna includes toad, frog, salamander, and snake. Alright, let's find an Australia or Oceania one. Seychelles, not quite. That's still Africa. Let's see if we can't find one. Oh, we're back at Cusco. The Taj Mahal. I could cheat and look in the back and try to find one, but that's cheating. Let me just flip through here. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a short one. The Lord Howe Island group. You can see right there. It says, a remarkable example of isolated oceanic islands Born of volcanic activity more than 2,000 meters under the sea, the Lord Howe Island group boasts an exceptional diversity of spectacular and scenic landscapes within a small area. The sheer slopes of its volcanic mountains and the dramatic rock formation, Ball's Pyramid, rise out of an underwater world that is one of the most beautiful in the world. The isolation of this special place at the junction of tropical and temperate latitudes has led to tremendous biodiversity. This group of islands is one of the major breeding sites for seabirds in the southwest Pacific and is home to numerous endemic species of flora and fauna. Let's see what it says over here. The Lord Howe Island Group supports the southernmost true coral reef in the world, which differs considerably from more northerly warm water reefs. It is unique in being a transition between the algal and coral reef due to fluctuations of hot and cold water around the island. Alright, I think that's enough for me tonight. This is a really cool book. I flip through it every once in a while and I always land on something different. There's the Holy See. Valletta. Let's see. Palace of Diocletian in Croatia. We've got Versailles, of course. The Grand Canyon. This book is in order of the date that they were added to the UNESCO World Heritage Site list. So you've got all like the big ones in the front. There's Ngorongoro Conservation, which if you listen to my podcast, you already know about this. The Ngorongoro Conservation Area. The Galapagos, of course. Iconic. And it's actually the first one. Let's see what the last one is. They just had their big conference a few weeks ago and they added like almost 20 more sites to the list. So this book was already outdated and now it's even more outdated. Let's see what the very last one was. It was, oh dear, Qinghai in China. Oh boy. But look at this picture. It's so pretty. Oh, it's up in the mountains. We may as well. Okay. Qinghai Hoshi, located in the northeastern extremity of the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau, is the largest and highest plateau in the world. This extensive area of alpine mountains and steppe systems is situated more than 4,500 meters above sea level, where sub-zero average temperatures prevail all year round. The site's geographical and climatic conditions have nurtured a unique biodiversity. More than 1/3 of the plant species and all the herbivorous mammals are endemic to the plateau. Wow. The property secures the complete migratory route of the Tibetan antelope, one of the endangered large mammals that are endemic to the plateau. Very cool. Anyway, that's enough for now. Flip this back over. And let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video relaxing and educational. If all goes well, I'll be back to regular schedule tomorrow. And yeah, we're going to do